Jake, we'll start with you. A performance like this, where you're busy early, often, and frequent, how hard or easy is it for you to not only stay in rhythm, but know, like, hey, you're a big part of why this game is level before your team wins?
Yeah, I think I've said multiple times, like, you'd rather be getting work than, just sitting there, and then all of a sudden you get 2-on-1s or breakaways and stuff. Sometimes those are, you know, even harder. The games you get 16 shots and 16 chances compared to, 40 shots. So you can never pick, obviously, what type of workload you're going to get. But, I mean, yeah, just staying in it and feeling good. And, yeah, sometimes those are even easier than the ones with not a lot of work.
We'll go front right to Taylor.
Mason, you guys talk a lot about Jamie Benn and his leadership in the room, but how important was it for him to come out in the start of that second period with that shift he had and kind of reset the tone for you guys after that first period?
Yeah, it's he's our leader, right? So when he sets that kind of pace for us, everyone wants to step over the ice and follow that. So he's an unbelievable leader, unbelievable person. So he's easy to follow.
Front left, Josh.
Mason, just following up on that, what was the difference for your group apart from Jamie's shift there in the second period? They carried the play a lot in the first, and you guys really pushed back.
Yeah, I just don't think we were good enough in the first, and Jakey stood on his head and made some massive saves and allowed us to kind of get our feet wet maybe after the first period, and I thought after that we kind of took over and started playing our game, playing low, getting pucks in, and I thought for the rest of the game we did a great job.
Fourth row on the right. Oh, sorry. Do you have another question?
There's a couple things said, but I think everyone in there knew that we had to be better.
Center right.
Hey Mason, you thought you had a game winner in Colorado. How did it feel to get this one tonight?
Yeah, it feels good. There's not many better feelings than scoring in the playoff game. So we'll take that one and forget about it and move on to the next one, right? So we got a big game coming up, so worry about that.
Talk time and time again about how you bounce back from these playoff losses. How does that continue to build for you?
Yeah, I think as a whole, I think that's what playoffs is all about, and it's not always going to go your way every night, and it's just about not letting it be two nights in a row, and everyone's got to respond, not just me, and I think it's it's not just me that's responded, it's the group in front of me and the guys, and it's just the leadership from the top down that kind of starts that and knows how to bounce back after a loss in the playoffs.
Second row on the right.
Mason, this probably didn't go the way you drew it up, but once after you scored, there was hardly anything that Edmonton was able to create near your net. How did you guys get those big names shut down? Well, didn't get any shots.
I didn't hear you at the end there.
How did you shut down the bigger guys?
I think that's just from experience. We've been in this position a lot, so the last year and this year. So once we get that lead, we have to play the right way, and I think we did tonight. So once we get that go-ahead goal, everyone was doing the right things at the right time, and that's what we need to win games, right?
We'll go center left to Sean.
This is for Jake, but building on what Mason just said, doing the right things. I think there was a 12-minute stretch there after you guys took the lead. They didn't get a shot. A lot of shooting lanes shut down. What are you seeing from your perspective that is leading to that?
Yeah, I think just doing things the right way, and those 50-50 battles or pucks. I think guys are just choosing to be on the D side, and when you have the best player of all time probably on the other side, those are the decisions that can make or break him scoring or not, and it's a group effort to defend a guy like that, and we all did that, and those blocks, the sticks in lanes, all that stuff that we did, that's what you need to win, and we've done that when we've gotten leads, and it's going to be critical. Hopefully we're in that position again a lot more.
And Mason, just if you could, your take on Jake's performance tonight.
He was awesome. He was awesome. A couple huge saves. You know, he's talking out there. He's competing. You know, I love Jakey. So he's a hell of a guy, hell of a player. So it's awesome to see him, play so well, and the boys love him. So
Second row on the right, Mike.
Hey, Mason. We've talked about depth all year. That was a great depth group that scored the game-winning goal. What's it like to have guys like Delandria, Petrovic be a part of something like that, when they've just come into the lineup?
yeah, for sure. I think our team's so deep, right? And anyone can play anywhere from top to bottom. Anyone can play against anyone. I think tonight that was it didn't matter who was out there. We were competing, and everyone to maybe not in the first as much, but in the second and third for sure. It's those guys have been playing great and playing their role, and that's what we need them to do.
We'll take two more. Center on the right.
This could be for either of you. When you have a first period like that with the back and forth goals there within a minute of each other, and then just the kind of the pressure that Edmonton had throughout that first period, what do you think it says about the resolve or maturity in the locker room to be able to withstand that emotionally in this sort of atmosphere?
Yeah, I think the boys in here, we really like each other, and everyone wants to work for each other. I think, like you said, they had a really good first period, and they came out hard, and we needed to respond, and we talked about it in the first intermission, and we came out and we did it, right? So I think everyone here cares a lot, and it's going to take everyone to win.
Last one, center left, Ryan.
This is for either one of you. You limit Edmonton to 5 shots in that final period. How important was it to not only do that, but what were some of those things you all did as a group that forced them to not only get such a limited amount of shots, but they never really got settled and could find comfort in a way?
I think we just got to our game. I mean, when we play our game, we're a hard team to play against. When we do the right things at the right times, I think for the most part, I think when we compete, it's hard to play against us, and they're great. Like Jake said, he's the best player in the world, right? So it's going to take a full team effort, and I thought for the most part we did a great job tonight.